Hey guys, what's up? It's Cool Brick, and today I've got another set review for you guys. It's a little bit late for the season, considering that it's already 2015, but here is the Santa's Workshop set, and as you can see, there is a whole lot going on around here. You've got Santa's house, well, I guess this is more the house section. You've got the workshop section for the elves, and you've got Santa's sleigh equipped with 4 reindeer and 1 baby reindeer. Got some accessories back there, and you even have a toy machine. So there's a whole lot of different things going on, and all sorts of little parts and stuff. So we're just gonna take everything one at a time. So something I don't usually start with is the minifigs, but there's a lot of them, 6 to be exact, and so yeah, we can go over those first. There are 4 elves included. Each one has a different face, and they all have these little elf hats and the little legs so that they're short. And I'm pretty sure none of these are new torsos. This might be a new color for the short legs. I'm not sure. I think that color is medium azure or something. Maybe it's dark. No, that must be what it is. I think it's dark azure. I'm not going to get too much into the technical names of the colors because I always mix up the ones that there are 3 of. There are like 3 lavenders and 3 azures and 3 blues and 3 greens. It's terrible, so I'm not going to bother. As you can see, the only one with a back print is this guy with the overalls, and yeah, that's pretty much the elves. They're pretty cute little characters. I'm glad to get that face. I think that's actually the first or second one that I've gotten of that face, so it's good to see that one. And I can go ahead and get these guys off the stand. I actually usually have that stand closer to the camera, but now you guys can see what it's actually made of. I can move it a little bit closer so you can get better looks at the minifigs. And I've also got Santa Claus and, interestingly enough, Mrs. Claus with a plate of cookies. And they look pretty good. I like the way that Mrs. Claus looks. We've gotten some Santa Clauses in the back, and yeah, back in the past, I mean. And I'm not sure if this hat piece is new. I do know it came in its own little bag, so something must be special about it. And he gets one of those red sacks. Those usually come in dark tan. Haven't seen one of those in red before, so that's interesting. I don't know if that's new or not. You can see he doesn't have a back print, and pretty sure, oh, nope, looks like she has a back print. I'm going to move her cape, or dress-ish cape thing out of the way so you can see her back print. It's, I guess, the back of a very nice shirt, and she has, wow, there went my stand. Wonderful. I should probably put a Technic rod through there so that doesn't happen again. Back to Mrs. Claus. She has short hair so that it doesn't interfere with her cape. So we've just got some white braids here. And she's got some nice cookies. These are all prints. That's nice to have. And you can see she has prints not only on her torso, but this is also a print too on this sloped brick. It shows an apron with some candy canes and I think that's mistletoe on there. I'm not sure if it's a real one. I think it's just an image for the apron. And she seems to be wearing some kind of necklace as well. So I think they did a lot of good work on Mrs. Claus, and I'll actually bring this really close because they put quite a bit of facial detail in there. Tough to see, but she has wrinkles and the lipstick and a mole in the corner. So I think they did a really good job with the detail on that face. Not sure if that one existed before, but if it did, kudos to them for just putting so much good detail into that. Next thing we'll talk about is this mini toy machine that you get with the set. So you can see there are 2 little toys coming out of what seems to be a machine with a conveyor belt. About the machine, it's very kid and cartoony. I love it. I love this stuff. You know, you've got the spinning gauges and the flashing red and green lights, and then the smokestacks, huge steering wheel and the levers and the gauges and everything. You know, you've got the whole works going on over here. You know, this is like every kid's dream come true toy factory. And the toys here, you get this little yellow racer or something. They both have studs on the bottom to just sit on these jumper plates nicely. This is just a bit of a car, and I like this one because it actually makes a tribute to the classic space era of LEGO's history. This looks just like a mini build for a classic space set. So I really like that. And then for the actual machine, they just use grill pieces along it to represent a conveyor belt. And I think that looks really great. And they just left this space in here hollow and put a black panel in there. So it really looks like you've got something magical going on in here, and it's just churning out these toys. I think that's pretty great to include in the set. You know, you can interact the elves with that. So it just looks really awesome. Next part of the set, we've got Santa's sleigh with 4 reindeer and the baby reindeer. So first, I guess we can talk about the reindeer. The baby reindeer is size comparison pretty decent, bit smaller. It's very believable. Quite a bit smaller than the rest of the reindeer. And then you can see this one has stubs and not full-on antlers yet because it's still in its youth. And you know, you can just see these are really nice brick-built reindeer. I love it when they do animals that are brick-built and not just some kind of mold like they usually do for like horses and dogs and cats and stuff. And this brick on here with the eyes, that's a printed piece, and they use the same one for all 5 of these cute little animals. As for the rest of the reindeer, they're all the same build, and these are also prints on the backs of these, and I can show you that more closely because you can, well, you're supposed to be able to easily remove these red plates from the reindeer, but as you can see, there we go. Had a bit of a struggle here. As you can see, this part's probably not supposed to be played with as much. You're probably just supposed to, you know, choose one and leave it for a while. When I say choose one and leave it for a while, I mean you can either have it on here, or you can fill up this hole in his back with these. And they actually tell you in the instructions to make 4 of these, just stacking 2 plates on each other. And they say that you can put them on here. And then in the instructions they actually tell you to remove these and then put the reindeer on Santa's sleigh. So this looks pretty good. Like I said, that's a print. Pretty nice. It's on one of those 2x2 small smooth sloped pieces. Not really sure what those are called. And they use a droid body for the back of the head. And like I said, those printed bricks. And then these other droid arms from Exoforce. Those Exoforce droid arms in reddish brown for the antlers. So I just think these are really cute and they're really, really well made. Love brick-built animals. Great stuff to include in a set. And it's really awesome that they gave us 4 of them. And it's a lot easier to take these plates off and then just stick this guy right back on here and do it like that. I always forget that it's how this guy's attached. I always mess it up when I'm taking them off. And I'm actually going to remove the reindeer so that you can see the sleigh better. And you can see these are actually just attached by these really long pneumatic hoses. So that's what keeps these reindeer together. So I'll just move these off to the side momentarily and show you the sleigh, which is really a piece of art, I believe, because just the kind of pieces that went in, the build process, it just ended up being really, really great looking. On the sides, you've got these really nice twisty elements, and those are actually elephant trunk pieces recolored in pearl gold. Those look really great. There's actually 6 of them included in this set. There's 2 more later on. And you've got these upside down arches just attached upside down using clips. And that got a really nice effect. Looks really, really good. Nice part use there. And then, you know, the rest of the sleigh looks really great. You've got some torches. Well, not torches, but nice lamps on the back. And you can see they actually did give you quite a few presents to put in the back. And they really just tell you to, like, throw these things in. I mean, they don't give that specific of an arrangement. You can really just chuck these in there and, you know, most of them will stay, with the exception of maybe this guitar and the wand, unless you're careful with how you put them in. But yeah, you do get a nice variety of presents, in colors and shape. So these just look really good. I like the way those look and just how they're put in the sleigh. And you can actually see this as a second seat. Once you remove those presents, it looks like there's room for another person to sit back there. So maybe if you want to put Mrs. Claus back there for a ride during off time, I guess, you can do that as well. And then those little rods were just stuck in that modified brick. So very simple, but very good looking and effective build there. I really like that. Alrighty, so on to the last part of this set, and most important, well, not most important since I will be showing these two first, these two bits of the set. You've got a nice brick-built Christmas tree, and this one's a little bit nicer than some of the other ones that they've given us before. Very nicely decorated, lots of slopes, good texture and shaping on there, and you just get this nice sign that says North Pole. That's a sticker on there. And this is a lifesaver piece in green, which is interesting. And that's representing a wreath. And it's always nice to see pieces like that recolored for various different purposes. So now onto the actual building. So this thing houses quite a few nice details and a bit of a surprise. So I guess we can look at the front door area first. You've got a very nice steps on here, like crumbling stone almost. Nice columns. These columns are built with some sideways building and then normal building on top. Just nice part use here, and also just good methods of building. It amounted to a very nice looking column. And then also in the front, you can see we've got a very nice partially stained glass window. We can move this back so you can see that a little bit better. And that has an archway on it, and there's another archway above this door and one above this door. And you've got more steps down over here, and there's some nice bricks down here. Starting on this side of the outside of this building, you can see you've got just a small window and a windowsill, some lights, and more lights up here. Doing this part was probably the trickiest part of the build, just because you want to have precision and you want to make sure this rope is not turning while you're attaching these, because you want these all to be attached at the same angle. Otherwise, you're not going to have the desired effect. And then kind of the centerpiece of this whole bit of the building is this really nice large clock. That's a print on there. And you've also got some snow and icicle detail up there. And down here, you've got some very nicely built candy canes. I also like the way they were mounted using those clips, because, you know, at this angle I feel like it just looks a lot more natural, and it looks more like a believable scene than if, you know, they were just stark upright candy canes. And then you've got the Santa's Workshop sign. This can be angled left and right. And this is a sticker, and there's one on either side. And another lamp down there. And my favorite part of the outside of this thing is actually the chimney. And, you know, this has all the texturing and stuff, and that's included in pretty much every other chimney that they've given us and built in sets. But the things that I've noticed are different is something that they did was they actually put a bit of an angle on here. You know, they changed the angle of it. It starts centered here, but then it centers up there. It goes to the right a little bit. I like that, and I also really like the bulbousness of this bit down here, and all the different ways that they achieved these angles in here. You know, they used cheese wedges turned one way, then a 45-degree angle brick, and then cheese wedge the other way, and then another wedge brick, and you know, I think it just looks really great. We get a lot of detail in this one, you know, even more so than with other chimneys that we've gotten. So as you can see, we've got two parts here. We've got more of the living quarters here and the workshop area here. So here's the bit of the surprise about this, is that you can actually separate, whoops, I almost chucked this off of my studio. That would not have been good. But you can separate these since they're just connected by clips here and clips there. So that's good. We can talk about the living quarter area first. And over here, you've got just some, there's not really much furniture or anything down there, and then you've got Santa's office-y, cozy area, I guess, up top. So down at the bottom, you've got a doormat, and in case you can't read upside down, that's a sticker saying, "Welcome, ho ho home." And over here on the wall, on the mantle, is another sticker. This one is a picture of Mr. and Mrs. Claus on vacation in what seems to be Fiji, based on what his hat says. And that's a nice little thing to add. I really like that. The fireplace does have a bit of fire. If I can get some light in there so you can see. And that looks pretty good. They did use these big wooden doors on here to kind of give it that, cabiny look. And they use these pearl gold fence pieces for the ladder to go up to the loft-ish area. And you get a really nice brick-built chair up here. I like the way that they did this. They used those other two elephant trunk pieces in gold on this chair, and it looks like a lot of thought went into the build process just for this one chair. I really like the way this looks. It has a very oriental feeling. I like that. And in here you've got Santa's infamously unopened piles and piles of letters from children saying what they want for Christmas and asking favors of him and all sorts of things that children will come up with to ask of their idols. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this bit of the building. And we can move that off to the side and bring in this part. And actually the first thing I want to show you is this very strange piece which I encountered down here for mounting this angle. Not sure, I'm pretty sure this is not a new piece, but even so, it's really strange, and it must be to some extent rare since I haven't seen it before. I just kind of wanted to show it. It's 45 degree angle plates, two 1x4s at a 45 degree angle. It's useful for something like this because then you can really utilize angles like this on to do all sorts of different things. So I like the way that was done. And you've got just a bit of a workstation here, different tools, a torch. Not quite sure what this is, or what these represent. I'm just totally clueless with that. Also don't know what this is. Maybe that had something on it before and it got knocked off. I don't know. I don't know why this piece is there, but it is. So, maybe it's a place to sit. Maybe it's a stool. I just didn't get that. Now, the part of this that I actually really thought was quite amusing and very nice was that two things. One is that they actually mounted this little sticker down low so that the elves can see it. So you can see if I put one of these elves here, it's eye height, which is really, really nice. I like how they included that, how they didn't put it too high up. And the other thing is that it's kind of a spoof off of the saying of Uncle Sam that they used to draft. Wow, that was not good. To draft soldiers into the army. Instead of saying Uncle Sam needs you, it says Santa needs you, talking to the elves. And it looks like they missed something on their checklist. So that needs to be gotten done. And this was just nicely placed in here using more modified bricks. Unfortunate that it covers the frame of this window a little bit, but that's not super important or anything. It doesn't block this door from opening or anything serious like that. So yeah, sorry that this review took probably forever. I don't even know how long it has been since I started it. Probably at least 25 minutes, I'm gonna guess. But yeah, you probably didn't even, most of you guys probably didn't even watch this far. But for those of you who did, or just skipped to the end, for what you saw of the review, I hope you enjoyed it, and that it was useful to you in some way or another. I'm going to try and just stuff everything back into the scene here if I can. Not sure if I'll be totally able to, but just kind of cram everything back here just so you can get a last look at all of the different things, all the minifigs, all that good stuff. So yeah, you can let me know and everybody else know what you think about this set, and if you thought it was a good set. And yeah, thanks for watching, and as always, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe.